And now more of my interview with President Trump from the Oval Office. This is serious. I mean, Israel's fighting a seven-front war. October 7 happens. You made it clear all hell will break loose in the Middle East if they don't start releasing these hostages. That's right. They did the day before you were inaugurated. It's only for that reason. The people, the sources I have, and the people that I talk to, pretty smart people. And what I read says Iran may be 3,456 months away from a nuclear weapon. There's only, I think, the #1 state sponsor of terror. I'm not the commander-in-chief. You are. There's only two solutions that I see is to knock out their finances, which would be their refineries, and Israel and or the United States has to recognize they can never get a nuclear weapon. That would mean taking out those sites. I can't do that. I can't. I would never tell you. But I will say this. Had the election been fair, we would have had a deal within 1 week after the election, and they wouldn't have had a nuclear weapon. And the only thing I've said about Iran, and I want them to have a great country, they have great potential. The people are amazing. The only thing I said about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. And they are religious. They are religious. You trust them. There are ways that you can make it absolutely certain if you make a deal. Trump will verify, and you have to verify times 10, but they cannot have a nuclear weapon. And you know, if they get one, you're going to have everyone else getting them. And then the whole thing is going to be a disaster. The nuclear, you know, I was dealing at the very end, I was dealing with Putin about the denuclearization of Russia and the United States. And then we were going to bring China along on that one because they have much less than we do. China, believe it or not, is much less. They will have an equal amount in 5 years, 6 years. You know, they're trying to get there, unfortunately. But right now they have much less in terms of nuclear. I was very close to having a deal. I would have made a deal with Putin on that denuclearization. It's very dangerous and very expensive. Okay, both. And that would have been great. But we had a bad election that interrupted us. And that's why I'm here now. You seem prepared to talk to all of them. I won't take any more of your time. Feel good to be back? It does. It feels good. Not because I want to be here, but because I want to solve some problems that really have developed and problems. You know, when I left, we had no wars. We had no inflation. We were riding high, and look at what's happened to our country. And now we have to get people out of our country that would have never been here. So I want to do what's best for our country. It's the most important thing to you. You're willing to go through all that persecution. No, I saw what was happening. I mean, you look at people pouring into this country and they're being reported where you're seeing major terrorists, are now in our country. And they knew that this was happening, and they did nothing about it. They had an open borders policy. When you have countries emptying their jails and their mental institutions into our country, when you have a country that's taking gang members off the street and dropping them into our country, nothing good is going to happen. You're watching all this, but you do realize you put it all on the line. It was back here in the White House. I think it's right. Yeah. Or I think they would have tried to put you in jail. Oh, I think so. Right? You had a deranged Jack Smith, a total moron. You had a guy deranged Jack Smith. He was looking for something, and he's done it in the past with people. But he's a failure. He's a total failure. And he failed in the past also. You know why? Because he goes too far and he went too far. And the people of our country, the people of the country knew it. And I actually think that they got it better than anybody else, as a whole. Yeah, brilliant. And in spite of a media that was selling this every day. Yeah, we have a very corrupt media. Hopefully, that's going to change. Great to see you. Congratulations. Thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.